Good evening, San Diego. I'm Chief Meteorologist Carlene Chavis, and thank you for tuning in for your CBS 8 Plus weather update. Over the past couple of days, we've been seeing rain roll in. It's been heavier in some spots than others, but it's going to be more widespread and also heavier tonight through tomorrow. That was our key time frame when it came to the most active weather for this atmospheric river that's moving through our state. When we look at the last couple of days as far as rainfall totals, it's mainly been concentrated with the highest rainfall totals across North County. You're seeing a little bit more than 2 inches of rainfall. That's for Oceanside, the same for Fallbrook. Also even talking about a little bit more than 2 inches for Palomar Mountain. 800ths of an inch for downtown, but we are far from done as we are now gearing up for that key time frame for us when it does come to that heavier activity. So rain in the forecast all night long, all the way through tomorrow morning, as well as 50s when it comes to our temperatures. That's not going to change because you have the blanket cloud cover. So on the cool side for tonight and sticking around all the way through tomorrow. It has been relentless rainfall, and if you have not seen the video, you should definitely check it out on social media. And we've been also airing it on our newscast as well. A lot of rainfall for LA County. They have been dealing with upwards of 9 to 10 inches in some portions of the county. Pasadena saw more than 9 inches, and that's what the rain gauge was showing according to the National Weather Service in LA. Also talking about the 10th wettest day on record ever for LA with the heavy rain that rolled through with this atmospheric river. It's been a slow mover, and with slow movers you get higher totals, and that's why we're still gearing up for more wet weather in the forecast and also seeing an increase when it comes to our rainfall totals across the county. Right here, this is a swath of moisture that's heading in our direction, so that's going to be impacting over the next few hours. We're going to continue to just have rounds of rain in the forecast. You're talking moderate to heavy for tonight. You can even start to see some of those heavier pockets embedded within that. Also looking at a chance for thunderstorms. So right now things are relatively light, but it's going to pick up in intensity all the way through tomorrow. When it comes to any alerts in effect because of this, we still have a flood advisory that we're seeing along the mountains and towards the west. That will keep going and most likely to be reissued as we go throughout tonight and tomorrow because we are already dealing with saturated ground from recent rainfall. Adding a little bit more to that, especially across North County. When it comes to the flood watch, it has been modified. Initially, it was going all the way until 10 a.m. on Wednesday. Things have changed up in the forecast. We are looking at that flood watch for the entire county all the way until 10 p.m. for tomorrow night. With that being said, that means you'll see more flood advisories, potentially even some flash flood warnings as we take a look at the whole entire setup for the county. So no area really looks to be spared, especially if you get some of these slow moving cells that move through and dump a lot of rainfall. So that's why flooding has been a major concern. I did have someone ask me, what about wind conditions picking up? Winds will not be a major factor for us here in San Diego County. I know it was, especially near the Bay Area, as they were dealing with a hurricane force wind conditions that were picking up yesterday, and that is for their area. That has since expired, but it got closer towards us. Wind doesn't look to be that much of a factor. Gusts 30s at some times for tomorrow west of the mountains, but overall, when it comes to our winds, not really a big factor. No wind alerts have been issued by the National Weather Service. Rain is going to be the big stressor with this. It's a slow-moving storm system, area of low pressure tapping into that subtropical moisture that is the atmospheric river. And that's why we're looking at more of that rain from tonight through tomorrow. And even with this low, it's cold, so it's going to bring a chance for some snow as it gets closer towards us. The low has to close in first because with atmospheric rivers, you're relatively speaking about some warmer moisture in the atmosphere. So we always have those snow levels that start off fairly high. So above 7,000 feet, that's where most of the snow is expected. But the low closing in, that brings it down a little bit more near about 5,000 feet. And that's why we are looking at a chance for some snow even in our local mountains. We also had a surf advisory for today, high surf advisory that will expire at 10 p.m. tonight because of those big crashing waves along the coast. So maybe you saw that alert come through on your phone. Let's set the clock in motion. We are looking at a chance for rain in the forecast. As I mentioned, the heavier stuff tonight through tomorrow. You're seeing widespread when it comes to the moderate to heavy rainfall. That's around 10:20 for tonight, stretching from the coast towards the mountains. Still seeing an influx of moisture all the way into the early morning hours, and that's about 4:55. Why? Remember, this is a slow mover, so it's just going to continue to dump rain on us all the way through tomorrow. You're also seeing that snow level coming down, so that is the reason you're seeing a little bit of flurry action with some snow across the mountains near Mount Laguna around 1240 for tomorrow afternoon. Also seeing at